physiological reactions are due to the autonomic nervous system's reaction to the situation. So, post James period. In the Sanchez and Singer's experiments in 1962, which is the two-factor theory of emotion, was arised for the after the James period. So, from this theory, yeah, it was derived that first thing is a given state of physiological arousal for which an individual has no immediate explanation, he will describe the state in terms of whatever cognitions are available. Given a state of physiological arousal for which an individual has no immediate explanation, will describe the state in terms of whatever cognitions are available. Second, is given a state of physiological arousal for which an individual has a complete appropriate explanation, no evaluative needs will arise and the individual is unlikely to label his feelings in terms of any cognitions available. Third thing, both the physiological arousal and cognitive evaluations are necessary, but neither is sufficient condition for the production of emotional states. Emotions and variations in peripheral and visceral activity. Most widely cited study purporting to support the physiological specificity idea is an experiment by Axe in 1953. Axe exposed subjects either to fear-provoking subjects were either exposed to the fear-provoking or to an anger-provoking situations and measured patterns of physiological response to these experimental stimuli. Both the situations produced elevated levels of sympathetic nervous system response due to some significant differences on a number of physical indicators. The shift to the new multitude of emotion theories was marked by the major conferences on the emotion at the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm in 1972. So, about the central and mental approaches to emotion, Arnold in 1960 developed a hybrid phenomenological cognitive physiological theory. She starts with the appraisals of events as good or bad, judgments that are unanalyzable and are part of our basic humanness. She proceeds from that to the phenomenological of emotions, felt tendencies, and accompanying bodily states, and concludes by describing the possible neurophysiological behind these processes. Tomlinson argued that certain eliciting stimuli feed into innate neural affect programs which represents primary affects such as fear, anger, sadness, surprise, happiness and others. Each of these primary affects is linked to facial display. Frigida in 1986 describes emotion as a set of mechanisms that ensure the satisfaction of concerns, compare stimuli to preference states by turning them into rewards and punishments, generate pain and pleasure, dictate appropriate action, assume control for these actions, and thereby interpret ongoing activity and provide resources for these actions. Artoni, Clare, and Collins in 1988 defined emotions as balanced reactions to the events, agents, or objects with their particular nature being determined, to which eliciting situation is constituted. Facial expressions and emotions. The contemporary intense interest in facial expressions started primarily with the work of Sylvian Tompkins, 1960s, who placed facial expressions at the center of his theory of emotions and the eight basic emotions that form the core of emotional experience. Both work of both the Ekman and Izzard derive the notion that a facial displays express some underlying mental state forms a central part of many arguments about the nature of emotions. Another point of view has considered facial expressions as primarily communicative devices. For example, the theory of Janet Vavelas and her colleagues has shown the communicative facial and facial expressions and the bodily displays have some relationship. Thank you so much.